And his stories are always wonderful. And it gives me great pleasure to bring to you our man from Maine, Neil Cowan.
Good evening. Maine humor ain't like the kind of humor you see on television. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be talking about tonight is going to go right over your head. You just won't get it. But an hour or so later, some of this stuff is going to start to make sense. And it'll sink in. And so I've got to warn you. Be awful careful driving home tonight. I've had people drive right off the main turnpike just like that. And you might be out to a restaurant or something a couple of weeks from now, and something I said just might sink in, and you'll start chuckling, and a waiter will come up behind you and slap a Highland maneuver on you. Could be real embarrassing. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, when I was a young Jewish boy growing up in Maine, I always looked forward to growing up. Getting bar mitzvah, getting my driver's license, getting my own car, graduating high school, graduating college, getting married, and my wife getting a job and going to work. Well, everything went exactly according to plan, except when it was time to get married. Trying to find a nice Jewish girl in the state of Maine ain't that easy. I took out this one girl. She had pigtails. But her pigtails were underneath her armpits. And when she undid her pigtails, she reminded me of Don King, the boxing promoter. I says, that ain't for me. So then I took out this other girl, and she got all dressed up, and when I picked her up, her slip was showing. Why she wore her slip over her dress, I have no idea. But it looked off, didn't make much sense to me. But then I got fixed up with this rather large girl. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against large women. I find that they're good for shade in the summer and warmth in the winter. But this girl was ugly. I said to myself, I don't think I can look at this first thing every morning and then go to work. I just can't do it. Well, that was the last date I had with her. But then I found this nice looking girl. And I asked her out. She got all dressed up. And for a necklace, she wore soap on a rope. I just didn't understand that at all. Well, you gotta understand, back in those days, we didn't have JDate or Match.com or eHarmony or any of those things. So I did the next best thing. I put a want ad in the Boston Globe, wrote it myself, and the ad read, "Wanted, good Jewish woman with boat and motor." please send a picture of boat and motor. Well, Mother responded to the ad. So we made arrangements to meet down there to Massachusetts. And naturally, the first thing I had to check out was the boat and motor. Well, I was some impressed. She had a 25-foot center console Boston whaler fishing boat. Came with a trailer, an 8-foot canopy, and a pair of twin 250 horsepower Yamaha outboard engines with all the fishing gear, a depth finder, a navigation system, and a fish finder. I could just picture myself going out deep sea fishing in that thing. Or I could trailer it over to Lake Sebago and dump it in the lake and go fishing for bass, salmon, or trout. Well, Mother checked out okay too. And a year or so later, we got married. And for our honeymoon, we took a cruise out of Boston to the Bermuda Triangle. And it was a tugboat. But when we got back, Mother moved to Maine, right into my trailer with me. And she got a job right away, went to work. I didn't work. I don't believe in it. I tried it a couple of times, but I really didn't care for it. I'd rather go fishing in the morning and play golf in the afternoon. That's what I prefer. But Mother had a good job. Well, somebody had to bring an income into the home. Mother drove a truck. Mother drove a generic beer truck. On all four sides of the truck it said beer. It wasn't one of these fancy name beers like Trip to the Mountains or Ocean Breeze or anything like that. It was a generic beer. And didn't have to worry about job security either, because those long winters we have up in Maine, people drink a lot of beer. On the front grille of the vehicle, it said truck. And on the doors, it said the company. Mother worked for the company, and right on top of her paycheck, it said the company. And Friday afternoons when she get paid, she'd take her paycheck down to Bud's Shop and Save, cash her paycheck. They had a branch of a local bank right inside Bud's Shop and Save there with tellers and loan officers. The local bank was the West Bank, and it was a subsidiary of a larger bank, the Sperm Bank. Anyhow, after she cashed her check, she'd head over to the generic food department. Mother was heavy into that generic stuff. And what they had there were these white boxes, different sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, depending on the size of your family. And on the side of the boxes, it said, food. Well, Mother would buy 7 boxes of food, put it in a shopping cart, and take it home, and that's what we had, one each day for the rest of the week. Everything was in that box, the paper plates, the plastic silverware, plastic cups, the food, cook it, eat it, throw the trash away, and get done. No planning had to be done, nothing. It was easy. Then she'd head over to the generic book department. Mother knows that I'm a reader. I like short stories. Actually, back up Clorox bottles good enough for me, but one day she picked up this book, and it was a hardcover, not too thick, it was a little thin book. Didn't bog you down with a lot of the details. And on the cover it said, book. No author. And it told about this fella. Didn't say what his name was. Came from this small town. Didn't say where that was either. And told about all the adventures he got into throughout his life. And Jesus, a good book. She brought that home to me. I probably read that thing 4 or 5 times that week. Real good book. Well, Mother did this for like 40 years. And then she decided to retire. So we sold a trailer up in Maine. Got a good price for it too. Probably got almost half of what I paid for it. And with all that money, we moved down here to Valencia Reserve, put a deposit on the house, and here we are, joining you people here tonight with everybody to see and visit with. So, at this point, I'd like to propose a toast to Mother, who worked hard all these years to get us here tonight to be with you people. And the toast goes like this. At last, I found the perfect girl. I could not ask for more. She's deaf and dumb and oversexed, and her father owns a liquor store. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Neil Cowan.